Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. Today we are going to draw Bridal Wear by Sabyasachi. So I have taken this design as a reference to understand the embroidery and the motifs and the intricate details on this particular design, which we are going to break it down and learn how to render them easily. You can see the previous video of this series where I have drawn the face and colored the skin and the jewelries. The links will be posted down below. Do check that video out too. So instead of adding any base color and then adding the details over the base color, what I will do is that draw everything well with my pencil. I mean all the details and the embroidery designs on the garment very well. So I will recommend you to use a mechanical pencil which will give you very fine detailing. So I studied the design very carefully and picked up the important motifs and the embroideries which are done over this design. And what I'm going to do is first swatch them out on this small boxes, and you can draw these boxes of any shape and size, and later you can cut it out and paste in your file or beside your illustration, which will give you a better display for your designs. So guys, instead of drawing this illustration, I am breaking it down and showing you how this embroidery patterns and all this kind of surface ornamentation is important, because as a designer it is our responsibility to make everything clear to our viewers that what kind of pattern or what kind of embroidery we are using on our designs. Especially these ethnic wears and traditional wears are very intricate, detailed, and lots of things are going on in them. So while you are creating something like that, you can use this technique and always swatch your cards like this and add beside your illustration. Also, you can see that I am drawing this border of this dupatta now, and in the swatch card I have drawn the border in a rectangular box, which will also indicate that this motif must be used in some kind of border. So that's how you can use various shapes of boxes and circles or any other swatches, however you like, to make your thing very attractive and also very detailed. Also, another very important thing I want to tell you that it is not always very easy to show extreme detailing over this kind of flared gowns or flared lehengas. I mean, there are lots of folds and shadows happening over this design. So that's why adding swatch card also helps us to understand that how exactly is our motif. Maybe showing them on the gown or the flared dress is not that much possible, so adding a swatch card will also help us to identify that kind of embroidery patterns. So you can see that I have drawn everything in detail over this design, and that's how you can start. I mean, while designing this kind of detailed garment, we often get confused that from where to start or what color medium to use. So the first step is always to outline everything very well. That will guide you while you are coloring. And don't just color everything in a hurry. Wait and try it out on some rough paper or rough sheets, and when you are confident that yes, this will work out, then only move to your main illustration. So while you are adding this kind of detailing over your garment, always use a very sharp pencil. Even if you are not using a mechanical pencil, you can use a HB pencil, and don't use a very dark pencil or a charcoal pencil while you are doing this kind of detailing. And also don't put too much pressure while you want to erase something. I mean, work with very light hands. So here I am done with my detailing work with the pencil, and it's time I move towards coloring this. But again, I will not color directly over my illustration because I have to be very careful, and I want to make sure that this is what I want to do exactly, and that's why I will color on the swatch card first. And you can see I have used this list of items to make this particular design. So once I am satisfied with my swatch, I will move to my main illustration and add this particular motif to the areas where I want it to be, or by the image I have referred to. And yes, also take care of the folds and the stitch lines over your garment, and you should manipulate your design that way. I mean, there will be folds and the motif will not be lying flat over your design. Take care of the shadows and the folds and everything very well in your design. Guys, you can also do this particular design by doing your base color first and adding those acrylic or poster colors and glitter on them using a brush, but I don't have those currently with me, and that's why I'm using this glitter pens over this white paper, and that's why I have left this space in between, because glitter pens don't work very well over the solid color. And I hope you are able to understand that what technique I am using exactly to create this look. And yes, there is not one approach to drawing something. You can manipulate your own mediums to create your own designs. Just like how I am using this Camlin brush pens instead of using watercolor or poster color medium. These Camlin brush pens are very good alternative when you want to do a very solid filling over your illustrations. So add some white gel pen or some white poster color in your motifs if you want to give a shiny look. Add it randomly here and there. To give this translucent fabric look, I am using Staedtler watercolor pencils, and first I will scribble this pencil and then I will use water medium. I think everybody is familiar with these pencil colors. It's very popular, and yes, I am using this medium right now. You can see. Always keep a tissue paper or a fabric with you while you are coloring with water medium. I mean, here you can see the space is very small and you don't want to add too much water over here, otherwise it will smudge everything together. So be very careful when you are coloring these smaller areas over your illustration. And also you can clean your brush in between over your tissue paper or any fabric piece. So I will repeat the same thing again of swatching my design first on this card, and when I am satisfied with this look, then I will move towards my main illustration. And you can see I am using the same materials as before, just that using a black pencil you can add some depth to your motifs. So guys, for doing this kind of intricate detailing, you can use almost any kind of brands you want. There are lots of options available. I am using this particular gel pens. You can also use color pens or sketch pens, or even poster color using a very thin brush if you are good with coloring and you love watercolor medium or poster color medium. So it's all up to you. Just the technique is needed to know, and how you can manipulate your own design using your own art supplies. So you can see that by adding some black and some white paint, we can turn this embroidery look into more detailed and more heavy. I hope you can understand the feel of this design has completely changed by adding some minute detail. So do try this all techniques out in your illustrations. So guys, if you compare your swatch card with the illustration, you can see that there is some difference, because in the swatch card your motifs will be more clearly visible. You can also make down your notes and you can mention that what motif is this, what color you have used, what kind of fabric is this. But in your illustration this can be little different, because there is a female figure draping this particular design, so there will be lots of things happening like folds, shadows, some shine. So I hope you are able to understand the difference between the drawing of the motif on your garment and on the swatch card. So here you can see that I am drawing this border, and using this gel pen I am scribbling almost randomly or in the particular direction of that motif in the leaf pattern style, and I am leaving the white blank space in between where I will add the gel pen later on, and with a black pen and some white paint I will add the detailing or the depth, and everything together will form a very beautiful look. A very important thing is that while you are giving your final shadows to your illustration, don't always use just black. I think I have said this in my previous videos as well. Always use a grey pencil first, add the grey shadows, and then you finish it using your black pencil. I think that gives some more dimensions and some more beautiful look to your illustration overall. So guys, you can see that I am adding the light shadows behind her face on the dupatta using this grey pencil. And yes, using a grey pencil on this kind of sheer or translucent fabrics looks very beautiful. Also guys, don't forget to check the description of this video. I will be posting all the list of the materials I have used in this particular illustration and the links of my previous videos as well. Those will be useful to you to understand how I have colored the face and colored the jewelry and other ethnic designs and traditional designs and all other fabric rendering tutorials. So I will see you in part 2 of this series, where I will be posting another tutorial on how to draw the lehenga and how to add the folds in between all this intricate detailing. So yes, Do press the bell icon to get the notifications, and I will see you soon. Till then, take care.